Have you ever wondered what happens when corrupt cops get a taste of their own medicine? Today, we're uncovering instances where bad officers got owned, just like these two female officers who thought they could get away with anything. But karma catches up fast, and the moment they realize they've messed up is not one to miss.
Hey, can I get your name?
No, I'm not going to give my name.
Okay, that's fine.
In February 2024, an auditor by the name of Sean, who frequently posted on his channel Long Island Audit, visited the Patrick Space Force Base in Bard County, Florida to exercise his First Amendment right to film in public places. Upon arrival, he was greeted by an officer almost instantly.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
What's got going on today?
Nothing much, just taking some pictures and videos of the base here.
Gotcha. I'm Staff Sergeant Driver with the 45th Security Forces Squadron. I just came to check up on you, see how it's going, that's it.
Okay.
Do you have any identification on you that I can check?
No, I'm not going to provide you with any ID.
That's fine. Just let you know, you cross that white line, if you have no identification to allow you access onto the installation, then we'll have to get you under trespassing, okay?
I got you. All right, so that white line right over there.
That white line right there. Whatever you want to do right here.
But all this is public property, correct? Okay, great.
The sergeant was kind enough to inform Sean about the areas that were off limit. When asked for ID, Sean politely declined, which most officers don't reply kindly to. But this one had the decency to recognize the importance of Sean's First Amendment right as well. A perfect example of how trained personnel should operate.
Sergeant Andrade with Security Forces has come out and spoke with us. Of course, he's going to ask for ID, but we're not going to give it here. They have a right to be concerned, but I have a right to stay here and film for as long as I'd like. Also have the right not to give up my personal identification. That white line right there in front of us is right over here is where you formally enter the U.S. Space Force base and their property.
But soon enough, a vehicle pulled up with, you guessed it, cops, trying to poke their nose into civilian business.
Hi, how are you? Good. Investigator Erickson?
Yes, sir.
And your name, ma'am?
Investigator Beagle.
Exactly, Beagle?
Beagle.
Beagle? Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. We're just wondering why you're recording a military installation.
Yeah, no.
Something we can help you with?
No, you don't. I don't need help with anything. I'm just taking some public photography of the base, that's all.
Okay, so in order to do that, you have to go through the installation actually and go through public affairs and coordinate it with them.
Yeah.
Since they're the ones that do all the photography. You can't
But
actually
I don't want to go on the base and photograph.
No. We were told that you were recording what the gate is doing.
Yeah, I'm recording the gate, everything around the gate. That's correct. Okay. Yeah. So basically, I'm from my understanding, investigator, is that I'm just taking public photos from a public.
Okay. Is that
place.
your job? Do you work for a news company?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no ill intent, and like I said, I'm just filming what I can see from public. That's all.
And I understand, we have the cool Space Force sign and everybody.
Space Force. Yeah, pretty cool.
Unfortunately, I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just can't record the installation entry control.
Two female investigators pull up in an unmarked vehicle and begin questioning a citizen without offering any legitimate identification of who they are. Tell me you're illegally posing as federal agents without actually saying you're illegally posing as federal agents.
I understand that that's what you perceive to be the rules, but I know I'm not breaking any laws by doing this, because if I can see it from public, I can record it from public. So, that might be like an Air Force rule or Space Force rule, but
it's a federal government.
A federal government
yes.
rule?
So this is a federal installation.
Yes, I understand that.
So
I get that.
We can't. You're allowed to stand here. You can record that.
Yeah.
But you cannot record that.
I don't think we're gonna agree here.
We're not, and we understand that. We're just telling you cannot do it.
Okay.
And that we would have to, I don't want to, but we would have to call local law enforcement out here to escort you away from the installation if you don't follow the procedures in regards to recording the installation.
Yeah. No,
That's why we're just coming to you and giving you the chance to just not.
Yeah, no. And I understand exactly why you guys are here, and I can understand that, but I have a right to be here. I have a right to film whatever I can see from public. And that's what I think, regardless of whatever. I don't know what rules you're speaking of, but that's what I know. So if you need to call local law enforcement or whatever you need to do, you know, that's fine. You can.
What's worse is that they proceed to cite complete shit about what the law says regarding recording of a military base. Who the hell is responsible for training these people?
I really appreciate that.
Okay, and can I get your name?
No, I'm not going to give my name.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Stand here and watch.
When Sean refuses to deny them any identification, one of them, still smiling, proceeds to go do something in their car, presumably calling actual officers to deal with Sean.
So how long you been an investigator? Long time? Doesn't look like it could be a long time. All right. U.S. government plates here on this Ford Fusion. 2 investigators with the Air Force. Investigators here. I am breaking some sort of federal rule, was their word. A federal rule that says that you cannot record a military installation from public. I'm not exactly what rule these investigators are referring to, but they were nice enough, cordial enough, even though they're wrong.
Defeated, they eventually retired to the car and drove off. They obviously realized that Sean was educated enough to not fall for these underage tyrants with a little bit of authority. These female cops chose to leave Sean alone, but he wasn't really that lucky when he came across these really annoying cops in a library.
You guys here for me?
On February 18th, 2024, Sean was peacefully exercising his First Amendment rights when he was approached by 5 police officers who attempted to remove him from the building. So apparently, if you're filming inside a public library, the cops can be called on you.
Enforcement has arrived, even though I haven't spoken to anybody.
Have we talked to you yet?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody at the library yet. No.
Okay. Did anybody from the library talk to you?
No, nobody.
Okay.
Why, what's up?
So, as far as I believe, you need written permission to film inside the library from the director.
I need written permission from the director of the
I'll
library.
get that right.
Yeah, sure, no problem, thanks. Appreciate it.
No one has talked to this auditor about filming in the library, yet this is what happens.
So they called you, but they didn't speak to me? I don't understand. Why did they call you? Because...
The library has a policy about filming. We're going to get it for you right now.
Okay. So no one from the library. Hey, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You mind if I get your name and badge number?
Kevin Shoetrop, badge number's 82.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Slow day today?
What's that?
Slow day today?
Every day's different.
I just asked because, you know, 4 law enforcement officers for a man with a camera seems a little excessive, that's all. I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat to any of you guys. Or anyone.
And that's not all.
So we got the policy for you.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Sir, how are you?
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, Sergeant Noble.
Sergeant
Badge
Noble.
51 again.
So this is the library's policy?
Yes, number 18.
So it says recording within the building without express permission of the library director, written permission from all those being videotaped, photographed, and otherwise is prohibited.
It's enforcement?
Right. Do you enforce policies?
That's them here.
So why are you here if you're not enforcing the policy?
The director is enforcing the policy.
The director? And the director's name? Do you mind if I speak to the director?
She does not want to speak to you.
She doesn't want to speak to me?
No, sir.
So how do I know that she's... What I don't know what... How do I... Why can't I speak to her? She's a public servant.
I can't speak on her behalf.
Right. But you are, though, because you're bringing me a policy.
Correct.
Right. So that means you're
library.
speaking on her behalf.
Okay, if that's what you feel I'm doing.
Well, you are, sir. I mean, it's pretty
I'm
obvious.
not with you.
No, I don't want to dispute anything with you either, sir. It doesn't seem... You enforce the law. You're a law enforcement officer, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Happen to have a recording in my
But it's
hand.
against their policy.
Right, but their policy can't trump the United States Constitution and the First Amendment of freedom of press. I'm a journalist. I'm here conducting an investigation for a story and using the library for its intended purpose. I'm reading books. I'm looking at what they have here. How can you? That's like if they had a policy that said,
Are you filming other people without permission?
well, it's funny that you say that because you're right below a camera. The library didn't ask me for permission to film me, sir. And do you know why they don't have to ask me for permission to film me? And why none of you who have body cameras on asked me for permission to film me today? Because you don't need the permission to film me because we're in public and there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public, sir.
After being schooled by a civilian about the Constitution and the First Amendment, what happens next is even more surprising.
I just don't understand what is your purpose here to hand me a policy?
Because we got called of a suspicious person here, filming people, which is against their policy. So they would like you to leave.
A suspicious person? What about me is suspicious, sir?
That was filming people, walking around filming. That's what we got.
So by that standard, you're suspicious.
Why am I suspicious?
Because you're walking around filming people, sir.
No, we only film when we get to a call.
Right.
Per our policy.
Right, exactly. Per your policy, that's fine. And I have my own policies. I have a company, and my own policies say that I follow the United States Constitution, as you should, sir. You took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution.
The cops even pretend to help with the auditor's investigation, but still urge him to turn off the camera.
I'm trying to actually find the United States Constitution and some literature here to make sure that they carry it here. It's part of my investigation to make sure that they.
I will help you get that documentation.
Right. So but that's fine. But why? Right. That's yeah.
You are using it for your intended purpose.
Right.
Go find the Constitution.
That's fine.
Go right ahead.
Right. That's all. And the only thing is, I'm holding a camera. I'm not here just to film. I'm here to use it. I'm here to. Yeah.
Perfect.
No one's impeding your ability to film in here right now. So we're not taking the camera from you. We're not.
Right. Well, I hope not. You don't seem like the type that would. But you know, I've been in situations where it's not been.
This is what the cops had to say about the library's policy.
It doesn't make any sense.
People you're working on or what it may have or sensitive stuff, and they don't want to film. I'm assuming that's why they have this policy.
Right. Well, sensitive stuff in what? This is a public area, sir. There's nothing sensitive.
Children come.
Right. I'm not in a. Listen, I could be in children's area, but I'm not in the children's areas. No, but I know in every library there's a children's section that's cordoned off for children. Never went into that section. And I like how libraries are structured that way. That way, children could stay where the children belong.
So clearly, listen.
Hey, sir, how are you? Mind if I just get your badge number, sir?
Yeah, let me throw my camera on first.
Oh, sure.
I just walked in.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I just like to get everybody's name.
Sergeant Donald Wilson.
Sergeant Donald, thank you.
6'3".
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
There are 5 law enforcement officers here on a call about a suspicious man filming in public who is actually peacefully just exercising his right to the First Amendment. Funny how the media works, and people are quick to point fingers.
You're free to film in our police headquarters in the front lobby if you want. We're open 24 hours a day as well.
Oh, right. It's public, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
The other sergeant is late to the party, and the auditor explains his situation. And this is what he had to say about the whole situation.
The other sergeant over here showed me a policy that the library has. I haven't spoken to... first of all, while I was looking at books here and exercising my constitutional rights, no one came up to me and spoke to me and told me anything. It's when you guys came here, law enforcement, that I was... you guys told me that there was some sort of policy. They showed me the policy. And I understand that the policy exists. I've seen it with my own eyes. But again, my only response to that, Sergeant, would be that a policy can say anything. You're not policy enforcement. You're law enforcement. If the policy said that, white people couldn't come into the library or black people or...
The hyperbole is a bit much on that.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's the same
not,
thing.
No,
because you have a right.
No. This policy is very specific in that they don't want you filming unless you have prior approval. It makes no mention to conflate the issue with race or religion or gender or any other issue. Will you give me your name and ID so I can?
My name is Sean, sir.
Sean, and am I going to be able to? I need more than that to look you up to who you are.
Right. No, I don't want to be. That's I think that's overkill because I'm not trying to do anything.
Is you coming in here and doing this? Right.
Exercising my rights.
We have things to do.
So go do them, sir.
But now we're just going to leave you in here, and you're going to walk around. Are you going to harass staff? Are you going to film children? You said you're here to read books.
Sir, was I harassing anybody? You said you're late to the party. What was I doing when you walked in?
I said.
Was I harassing anyone?
Are you going to harass them?
Was I harassing anyone, sir?
No, you were walking around filming.
Okay. Was I looking at books?
I don't know.
Okay. Was I I wasn't harassing anybody. So again, you're trying to make it seem that something that it's not. I'm not harassing anybody. I don't want to harass anybody.
Never said you were.
Okay, but you're trying to infer that that's
No,
if you leave. If you leave, that
You're
oh, what are you
inferring
going to do?
You're inferring that what I was inferring is wrong. I was asking you a question. I said, are you going to harass anybody?
While the sergeant kept getting angrier, a new member joined the party.
We're good, sir. We don't need that.
So,
The Constitution explained.
so that is their stance on it. So that's why.
Yeah, that's what he called.
Yeah,
All right.
the different calls.
Well, he's not willing to leave, so.
To be clear, you're not willing to leave, sir?
Oh no, not unless you're threatening to arrest me. Okay, so no. I want to use the library like anybody else.
The library director doesn't even respond to the auditor.
Ma'am, are you the library director?
I'm talking right now. Just 1 second.
Oh, excuse me. Are you the library director, ma'am?
When last time he was agreeing to leave. So, this guy's done. So we'll just pay this for a little bit.
Okay.
Just go from there.
Thank you.
You good with that?
I'm good with that. Thank you.
Ma'am, are you the library director? Okay. Have a nice day, ma'am. Take care.
Now, the sergeant just starts to get petty.
So there's not a lot of crime here in Franklin Lake, sir?
You can look that up.
Oh, I was just asking
Use
you.
the internet access here to look it up.
Right. I know. I was just asking you. See, now you you're just being confrontational at this
No,
point.
no. Libraries are a place of resource, piece of knowledge.
Right.
You have access to the internet, you can look it up.
Right,
I
I
don't
will.
know. Your definition of what a lot of crime is going to be comparatively different to what my definition of a lot of crime is.
Okay.
So I don't
You're
want to
right.
give you wrong information. I want to give you
Right.
false info.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Sergeant. Yep.
After realizing that they're in the wrong, one after the other, the law enforcement officers left. And so did Sean, making sure that his rights don't get walked on by such dumb cops. But Sean isn't the only citizen aware of how bad these cops can end up treating you. In our next case, this YouTuber turns out to be absolutely right about the tyrants that roam about under the pretense of providing safety.
The law.
I'm not scared of the law.
Where are you hiding from?
I'm not hiding from anything, sir.
Okay, well, why are you scared to get out?
Because I feel safer.
On the 20th of February 2014, a YouTube auditor, Knowledge is Power, was pulled over for having illegal tires. Thankfully, he knew his rights against what ensued next. The encounter was captured by the auditor's dash cam.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Going good. About yourself?
What are you wanting down there, bud?
I'm comfortable right there.
You what?
I'm comfortable with it right there.
You comfortable with it right there?
Yes, sir.
Let me see your driver's license. Open the door, dude. If you want to take it back, you can roll that window down for me.
What'd you say, sir? Sorry. What did he say?
Because he can't hardly hear you, that's why. If you roll the window down, we're just out looking for drunks, man. We're not here to hurt you or whatever.
That's fine.
Okay. Pull over on that side there just a minute.
I'm going to take the bag and make sure.
For what reason do you have to detain me to pull me over into secondary, sir?
At first, the trooper constantly tries to pull the auditor's door open, claiming that they cannot hear him. But soon they noticed the dash cam and suddenly went into caution mode.
Have you suspected me of committing a crime?
Do what, buddy?
Have you suspected me of committing a crime?
Well, is there anything wrong with the car that we need to know about?
Not that I know, sir.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hold on, I'm going to check your tires. I think it looks close.
They're looking what?
Almost illegal. You're almost too slick.
Almost illegal. Alright. So I'm being pulled into secondary because my tires might be illegal. That's interesting.
Everything correct on your license? You still live at the same address?
I do, sir.
Sit tight for me, okay?
Put in my car and park. For the record, they tried to open my door just because I wouldn't roll my window down all the way before asking for my license or anything.
The officers observed the tires while pulling the driver onto the side. What's funny is that they added drugs to the list of things that they were searching the car for.
So they said they were looking for drunks. Yes, sir. What does that mean? Yes, sir.
He wants to show you a tire out here, man. It's slick.
I'd prefer to not get out of my vehicle.
Dude, we're slick out here. It's for your safety. That way you can see about getting you another tire. That's it.
Let me ask you something. Are you scared?
To get out of my vehicle? Yes, sir.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Why are you scared of the law?
I'm not scared of the law.
Where are you hiding from?
I'm not hiding from anything, sir.
Okay, well, why are you scared to get out?
Because I feel safer.
You scared of the dark?
Maybe.
Huh?
I might be.
Yeah, I believe you are. Grown man scared of the dark, that sounds kind of funny to me.
Sounds funny.
These officers were obviously intimidating the auditor, prompting him to get out of the car, to which he sensibly denied. Of course, he was aware of what happens when you're marked as suspicious by corrupt cops like these waiting for a sign.
Note they're shining the light in the camera. Funny. The first thing they said is they were looking for drunks. Still haven't been asked if I'd been drinking or not yet. Funny. Suddenly it doesn't seem to be that's what they're looking for.
If I see this vehicle out on the road again,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna stop it just because that tire on the right front.
Tire on the right front?
It's very close.
In what way? So I can change it?
Needs a tire replaced.
Tire replaced?
Yeah, you don't
Tread's
know
too
Trooper
thin?
Mike Freeman, do you?
Who?
Trooper Mike Freeman.
Not that I know of.
You don't know him? Remember him writing you for 84 and a 65?
Yes, sir.
On 575? See why he's scared to get out now. Get that
No,
tire
he was very
fixed for me.
professional. I actually had a good encounter.
Did you see how the tables turned in an instant? And it only gets better with this next officer who faces a reality check he never saw coming.
Just got a complaint, been looking in cars.
Yeah, my car. Right here.
The guy behind me in the red shirt, he's a manager at Kmart.
Okay.
He was walking around looking in these cars. You look suspicious. You got any ID on you?
No.
You driving that vehicle?
Excuse me?
You driving this vehicle?
I'm not answering your questions.
Why aren't you?
Why do I have to?
Just asking you a simple question.
You can ask.
You got any ID on you?
Yeah, I got my ID.
Can I see it?
No.
Why not?
You don't need to see it.
If you're not in trouble,
Then leave me alone.
What's your name?
You don't need to know my name.
He said I look suspicious for standing outside.
Goodness, are we being detained? All right, let's go. I'm sorry, I gotta get my son some formula. I have to check.
That's all. I'm just waiting impatiently for her. That's all.
That's fine.
Am I,
don't go anywhere. I just asked you for your...
Am I being detained?
I'm just asking for
Am
your...
I being detained or can I go? It's that simple.
Hold on, I forgot my phone.
Why are you acting like that? I mean, just...
Because there's no reason for you to ask me any questions. I haven't done anything illegal. I'm not doing anything wrong.
I got a gentleman here who will give you his ID.
Now, had I broken into somebody's car or something like that, I can understand. But you know, I got my kids in the car. I'm waiting.
That's fine. I
don't even have to explain that to you.
This corrupt officer just can't let it go. He is stuck on getting an ID from the man, even after realizing that he is with his family and has done nothing wrong. This is how fragile their egos are. Stand up against their illegal requests, and they start a rep.
This area, you got to understand.
Blah blah blah. Fort Pierce, what?
Yeah, it's Fort Pierce.
Okay.
We had a lot of break-ins.
Okay. What's it got to do with me?
You don't have anything to do.
What's your name?
You're walking around.
What's your name and badge number?
I ain't going to answer your question.
You have to. You're a public servant, and it's your policy to answer that question.
Really?
Yeah. You call your supervisor and ask him. So you're not going to give me your name and badge number? See, am I being detained or not?
Well, you ain't done nothing wrong. I guess you're not.
Okay. Hey.
No, I just wanted to ask you. I mean, there was a gentleman in Kmart. You know, there's a lot of break-ins. He was just protecting everybody, not being a smart aleck or anything else.
Okay.
You know, and I just walked down to get his name.
Sorry, but I have an infant son in here.
We are in a hurry. I probably shouldn't have even started this, but I mean, because now it's prolonging us to get out of here. You guys are keeping us from.
I was going out the other entrance or the exit out here. The manager of Walmart.
What's your name and badge number, man? Oh boy, I'm gonna get all of them.
And he's walking around.
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Just stop. Can we just go?
No, I want to get out of here. They're not gonna let us go.
For what?
Because they don't need to be asking us any questions. I'm hanging out by my car. Can I have your name and badge number?
342.
Name and badge number? You have to tell me, sir.
Watch how almost all of them are hesitant to give the man their names and badge numbers. It's like he is asking them to rub their faces in the mud.
Is that a crime?
Have
I committed a crime?
Yeah, he flagged me
You can
down.
investigate all you want, but I have not committed a crime.
If you don't identify himself, put him in handcuffs.
Really?
Absolutely.
Obstruction.
So, obstruction of what?
Yep.
you're obstructing
What's your
justice
name,
by
sir?
us
For
not-
what? What's the crime? What crime have I committed?
What's your name?
What crime have I?
Investigating the incident.
What crime have I committed? You cannot detain me.
Okay, detain him. Put him in handcuffs.
Okay, I'll give you my ID.
We're not playing this game. We're not playing this game. We're not playing this game.
This is how these rats behave when challenged. Kudos to the man for standing up against these tyrants and putting them in their place. It's sad to see what they did to him for standing up for his rights. If you think these cops were crazy, then check out this next case.
Hold on, whoa.
On June 19th, 2016, a YouTuber named Trey Citizen posted a video in which he was filming outside Greer Police Department in South Carolina when several officers popped out of nowhere and started harassing him.
How are you today?
What's your name and badge number?
I'm Corporal Shradd at the Greer Police Department. How are you?
I'm alright.
Okay. Is there any reason why you're videotaping? I'm just curious. You're not in any kind of trouble. There's nothing here other than we got called and told that you were walking around the parking lot. So, any particular reason for it? No, you're not going to answer. Well, you're recording a suspicious activity, which puts this into a category of suspicious activity, which means that Terry versus Ohio, I can detain you until I can determine or deny that this is criminal activity.
Terry v. Ohio says suspicious activity is not enough for reasonable cause for ID.
There's already a call on it. So, yes,
so suspicious activity, is that a felony or misdemeanor?
That's a misdemeanor.
No, it's not. Yes. And I can't believe you just sat here and lied.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your ID.
Can you carry a supervisor to the scene?
I am a supervisor.
I need another one.
Okay.
I need a lieutenant or somebody else.
Okay.
Actually, I'll go and do this type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so.
just curious.
I mean, hey.
Criminal activity, there's nothing to worry about.
So why are you asking for my ID then?
Because you're not answering me. And when you're not answering me, how do I know you're not filming the parking lot to come shoot it up?
It's called the Fifth Amendment, right?
So I can check on that if it's suspicious. And if part of that checking is to identify you. So if I get
It's suspicious, a felony or misdemeanor.
Hey, sir. Again.
Name, badge number?
Sergeant Forrester, 301.
All right, how you doing?
Good. How can I help you?
Well, he contacted me, wanted my ID for no reason, so I need a supervisor to let him know that, without any crime being committed, I don't have to present my ID.
Well, he actually got a call on you.
So far, the whole incident has been pretty calm. Both supervisors are polite despite being ignorant of basic civil rights. But then, Lieutenant Jim Holcomb walks in on the scene, and what he does next will blow your mind.
What crime have I committed?
Well, anytime somebody calls in and reports suspicious activity,
It's suspicious of felony or misdemeanor.
it's neither one, but he asked.
Okay, thank you. So he said it was a misdemeanor. So now we have a conflict on which one it is.
We don't have a conflict at all. We have a conflict with
hold on,
you're acting.
Whoa.
Taping a parking lot in today's day and age, that's fine.
Whoa.
That's fine. You ain't got to whoa nothing.
Whoa. What's your name and badge number?
My badge number is 201. It's
Whoa.
Lieutenant Holcomb.
Whoa.
HOLCOMBE. Now.
Whoa.
Let me have an ID.
This is the intimidation factor right here.
Have an ID, please.
What crime have I committed? What crime have I committed?
An ID.
What crime have I committed?
An ID. You're gonna be failure to listen to a law enforcement officer ask you for an ID.
What crime have I committed?
An ID. Videotaping our parking lot and walking around the police.
Is that a crime?
Yes, sir. Right now, in
It is.
the day and age that we're dealing with, yes, sir. It is a crime.
What crime have I committed today?
Anytime there's a suspicious person.
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
It's a. Let me see
Whoa,
your ID.
whoa.
You got the count of
Whoa.
three, or you're going to jail.
Now you gotta see, I got one hand on my camera.
One.
Whoa.
Two.
Don't shoot
three.
me.
You're under arrest.
Whoa.
You're now under arrest. Sir, you got your ID on you? Sir, you got your ID on you?
I like to my name not speak to anybody, so I can hold the police.
Guess what? That's not a right.
Actually, not this.
That's a right to stay in jail. That's a right to stay in jail because if we don't have an ID and name and everything, then you stay in jail until we figure out who you are. Interfering with the police.
What crime have I committed?
Interfering with the police. Yes, you were.
You guys came and approached me.
Yes, sir. And I asked you for an ID.
And what crime has I committed?
Interfering with the police.
What crime?
Interfering with the police.
What crime? For you suspended for
Listen to me. Listen to me, because I know you're not deaf.
I don't gotta listen to you.
Interfering with the police.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't. And you know I wasn't. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it.
I do this all the time.
That's fine.
I'm gonna do the top shit line, drop the line in.
Well, guess what? You're going to see the inside of the South Carolina jail.
Oh,
Right
now you
here.
want to run it. There you go. Now you
Like I heard you say something.
That's how tyrants operate. They do whatever they feel like doing, regardless of the consequences, because they know they can get away with it. This cop is a prime example that a lot of cops just simply want to pick a fight and abuse their power. Absolutely disgusting. Watching a corrupt lieutenant walk all over a man's rights is sad to see, but this next case is even worse, where a cop tried to racially profile a lawyer.
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the...
On July 10th, 2021, in Westerville, Ohio, lawyer Emmanuel was taking the trash out on his own law office property when a corrupt officer showed up and asked for his ID. The way he spoke to Emmanuel was shocking, to say the least.
Alright. Huh? Show you my ID. If you don't mind, just so... Yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, that is pretty cool. That's a slick business card. Yep. Alright. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, okay.
You don't have to back. Just don't run it. You don't have to don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Well, we're gonna at least mark it down. We're gonna take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property. Putting trash in my trash
Okay,
can.
but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So don't
No
run
one
my
said that
ID.
you're violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identified myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're gonna do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with.
Yeah.
So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper.
It's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
What complete nonsense. This corrupt cop is arguing with a lawyer about his rights and trying to gaslight him. Not only is he a tyrant, but also incredibly stupid.
You've already discovered. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs to me.
To you and you alone?
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
No, he does not have to prove he owns the dumpster.
If it's also other units...
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
It's always refreshing to see evildoers put in their place. What do you think of these cases? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this roller coaster of justice served. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Remember, the truth always prevails. This is Detective Mystery signing off.